everybody. This is episode 3 of the Pod Squad podcast, and this is your cast this week.
Hi, I'm Ashby.
Daniel.
I'm Ace.
Caroline.
I'm Michelle.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Sandrosa. I'm the Teen Services Librarian.
And Rayvon's gonna give us our riddle.
The riddle of the week is what stands tall, is very colory and bumpy, is taller than any human alive. And the answer would be, well, do y'all know what the answer is?
I don't.
A tree?
It's a brick wall.
What?
It has a lot of colors and it's bumpy. So,
It's a brick
you
wall.
never seen a brick wall before?
All in all, it's just another brick in the wall.
You never seen a
Walls
brick
are
wall?
a set height. You can build them however you want, but
That's the point.
I don't understand.
So, summer reading. The theme for this year is Build a Better World. And so the summer reading challenge kickoff is going to be on May 20th at the Madisonville branch from 10 to 12. And there's also going to be one May 27th at the Slidell branch, also from 10 to 12. So there's going to be games, robotics, art stuff, different crafts, and lots of other stuff. So you should definitely come if you're between the ages of 18.
They're building lots of things because they're building a better world. And then there are specific events that are online, like that you sign up for, and you log in how many hours you've read to win prizes. There's a children's one, which is ages 0 to 11, and there's an adults one that is 19 and up. And the teen one is ages 12 to 18. You register online and log in 12 hours of reading to win prizes, play games, and compete in challenges. It's just for teens, and you can check out the online event calendar to see what's happening in the branches around you.
So this challenge is the blindfold challenge. What they do, they take off their shoes, they blindfold themselves, and then they have to find their pairs of shoes in 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, go.
I think this is mine. I think this is mine. I think this is my shoe.
What? That's not mine.
I don't know. I'm trying.
Where the shoes go?
Wait, I have to put them on?
Yeah, it's not my shoe. I chose.
I think I got
Everybody take off your blindfold.
Yay! That was okay.
The poem of the month is Just Because by Angie. Just because I have never done drugs doesn't mean I'm not cool. Just because I am a virgin doesn't make me lame. Just because I'm not a fighter doesn't mean I'm weak. Just because I am not a party girl doesn't mean I can't hang. Just because I get good grades doesn't mean I'm a nerd. Just because teachers like me doesn't mean I am a teacher's pet. Just because I am not a rebel doesn't mean I'm scared. Just because I am quiet doesn't mean I don't speak up for what I believe in. Just because I have morals doesn't make me a goody two-shoes. Just because I walk away from trouble doesn't make me a pushover. Just because I think before I act doesn't make me a loser. I am who I am, and this is who I shall forever be. I do not care what others think of me, like me or not, that is your choice. Accept me for who I am. Miss Stevens is the librarian at Slidell High School, and she is retiring. And she is a friend of the St. Tammany Parish Slidell Branch Library. A lot of the furniture in the teen section is from her, and I love her because she's helped me out so many times with books.
She is sweet as can be. The sweetest librarian I've ever met in my life.
She makes me. I walked into the library one time and she made me cry because I don't know why. I just think I really needed to cry that day because the book that I was waiting for 3 months, she had it. She's like, here, you can read it now. And I cried and she was like, it's okay, it's just a book.
When the librarian tells you that, you made him much now.
Well, we love you, Miss Stevens.
Thank you.
And thank you so much.
Thank you for all the years of servitude and awesomeness.
Checking in my textbooks and not giving me fines.
Waiving fines that I couldn't pay.
Thank you.
And this is the cookie on face challenge. So what they're gonna try to do is start with the cookie on their forehead, and then they're gonna try to move it down into their mouth in 1 minute. Okay, start now. Wait, What's so close?
I need a cookie. I need a cookie. I'm gonna still go cookie. Oh, good.
15 seconds. Yes, you won, Caroline did. Jazz hands.
The movie of the month is Igor. It is an animated movie and it's awesome. It's about a lab assistant, Igor, and his dreams of becoming the greatest mad scientist in the world.
He's the assistant to Dr. Glickenstein, and whenever the doctor messes up an experiment, he takes his chance to, become a scientist and all.
And he creates a monster named Eve, but the monster doesn't want to destroy and rampage like monsters are supposed to do. She wants to be an actress. What's your favorite part of the movie?
Probably the brainwashing part.
The horrible brainwash. Oh,
and the
you will
results after
forget
that.
everything. I remember everything. I would have to say, when he found out the mayor had a cloud machine, it was like, they're not real clouds.
It was a really good movie if you want to laugh.
But yeah, check it out.
Okay, so this is the Marshmallow Challenge. Pretty much it's just playing basketball with marshmallows and tiny little cups. So they're all gonna try to shoot their marshmallows into the cups. Yeah, there only 5. There only 4 of you guys.
We're all really bad at it.
No!
Move your hand.
Oh my god, thanks.
Somebody throw me marshmallows! Throw me a marshmallow!
You have marshmallows in front of you.
Okay, I'll just throw them all at once.
No. It was James.
We have 2 winners. You both made it.
Heck yeah! I did horribly each time. Our person of the month is Lin-Manuel Miranda, and he wrote Hamilton, which is his most well-known. He also wrote In the Heights, which is a great musical as well.
He also wrote the music for Moana and the #1 hit in the chart song this year, How Far I'll Go.
Hamilton is about Alexander Hamilton, the founding father, who basically created our entire treasury system, banking system, everything. He was really cool. He also did a lot of bad things that is most of what he's remembered for. But he's really remembered for banks because of his wife, Eliza, who helped save his name after he died.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song, probably Wait For It or Yorktown. But overall, probably Wait For It. I love Aaron Burr's song.
Let's see, my favorite is probably Wait For It or Burn.
Burn's good too. What's your favorite song?
It would have to be Quiet Uptown or Stay Alive, Reprise.
Yeah.
Both very
Basically-
emotional songs.
Yeah, basically the first act is all like, woo, let's win a war, battles and fighting and awesomeness, and then the second act is a
Cry,
tragedy
cry,
where you
cry.
cry the entire time.
Yeah.
Even James Madison cries, and he's a jerk, so.
The jerks even have feelings. Who would you say?
Thomas Jefferson doesn't have feelings. I'm kidding.
Who would you say had the most emotional impact on Hamilton's life?
Who had the most emotional impact?
Yes.
Like, I don't know about emotional, but Aaron Burr had a pretty big impact on ending it. No, Eliza probably had the biggest emotional impact on Hamilton's life. Oh, Eliza is his wife.
I would say that, or Angelica.
Yeah. I mean,
Those two.
Eliza's sister or Eliza? Which one?
Peggy
would you
too,
go?
though. If you
Poor
really
Peggy.
think about Peggy.
Peggy.
Peggy was great. She's not in the musical very much though, because she died really young.
But still, Peggy and Hamilton did have good conversations together.
Yeah, because she did confide in him according to the song.
Yeah.
According to real life, she confided into him about a couple things.
They were good friends.
They were good friends.
His poor son, Hamilton's son, just died. That's what makes the second act really sad, by the way.
Yeah.
His son and then him. They died the exact same way. Hamilton did not learn much from his son. Died.
He did not. What is the most cry-worthy song or moment of the play?
Quiet Town.
You don't think the End of Stay Alive reprise?
I love that song, but I don't
Yeah.
really cry during it.
She at the end of it, she screams out like a hurting mother.
Yeah.
That breaks your heart.
Well, she only screams in the live version. She doesn't scream in the recording because she wanted to keep that a secret.
Still, it hurts. It hurts.
I haven't
so
seen
much.
it, so I can't say how much it would make me cry. I want to see it. It's gonna come to New Orleans. Go see it. Lin-Manuel Miranda is a brilliant songwriter.
Yes.
Brilliant with words.
And that has been Person of the Month and Musical of the Month.
Please
Yeah.
watch or listen.
And now, the TV show of the month. And I'm giving an honorable mention is Once Upon a Time. It's basically about all these fairy tale people coming into our world. And my favorite season is season 5, which they had Brave come into it. It was funny.
I like Hook. Captain Hook. He's my favorite.
And Peter Pan. He's
Yes.
pretty awesome.
It's the one reason I started watching the show, because I wanted to see that storyline happen.
I like Tiger Lily. She was funny.
Yeah.
Well, messed up, but funny. The song of the month is Summer Nights from Greece. The song is basically two different people telling the story about what happened during the summer. And it's from Greece. Everyone loves Greece.
I know what you did last summer, Daniel.
Wrong place for that one. It's Sandy and Danny saying, because they hooked up during the summer, and Sandy saying, oh, we had a nice summer, we sat down, drank lemonade, and got on the beach, and all that. And Danny's being a boy, and he's saying something teenage boys would say.
But he does have a moment where he gets really romantic and sweet.
He does, and because of this song, it's when all the trouble starts going awry, and now he's trying to win her back. And then at the end, they fly off in a car.
Not at the end of that song. The end of the movie. The end of that song ends with like him just
Looking
nuts, and he's just like looking, and it goes to the clouds, and he's got that weird like hip position that he does.
And
All right.
that has been your song of the month.
Snapchat is an image messaging and multimedia mobile application created by Evan Spiegel, Bobby Murphy, and Reggie Brown. These guys studied at Stanford University, and then they went to a company called Snap Inc., which was originally Snapchat Inc. They created this concept that you could send pictures that would be self-deleting, and that it would be impossible to, spread them beyond the thing, of course. Snapshotting is a thing, but they also let you know when someone has snapshotted your own image, so you know who to yell at later.
So it was originally one of their class projects that they did. And then in their class, people weren't too keen on it because the photos deleted and they weren't sure how that was going to work. But it was basically so that conversations would be more natural. There would be like a record of everything that every person said. You could just have a natural conversation and see each other from long distances.
Spiegel was the one who floated the product idea in front of everyone, and then Murphy was brought in to write the code for it. And it was first called Pickaboo instead of Snapchat, but that probably didn't catch on. So they changed it to Snapchat. And now a lot of people use it all the time, constantly. If you see someone smiling at their phone, they're using Snapchat.
This month, there are 2 books of the month. One is The Princess Bride, and the other is Bud Not Buddy.
So The Princess Bride is a brilliant love story about Leslie and Princess Buttercup. It starts off in a farm, and Buttercup realizes that she loves Wesley, so Wesley ends up going to America to form a nice little household and all, and ends up getting killed by the Dread Pirate Roberts while he was on his way to America. And so Buttercup ends up getting engaged to Princess Humperdinck. After that, Buttercup gets kidnapped and all, and that's whenever the story really gets interesting, and I'm not going to reveal any more. So...
My book is Bud, Not Buddy. Bud was basically a 10-year-old orphan because his mom died 4 years before. And he's living in an orphanage. Well, he was, and then he kind of ran away to go find his person he thinks is his father. And he has such an adventure on the way. There's vampires, there's crazy people, there's even a scene with grits.
I never got to the vampires part. I remember him running away, and there were a lot of like grits and oatmeal along the way and adventures. That's all. Yeah.
There weren't really vampires, but you know a kid's imagination.
You can't exaggerate the story.
No, that's literally what he said in the book. There's vampires.
The kid thinks it's vampires.
Yes.
He's like,
what were the vampires?
What were they?
It's like, don't talk to a stranger.
Oh, 'cause he thinks
Strangers equals vampires.
Oh, wait, you mean the shady guides in the woods?
Yes.
I remember that. You lost me at vampires.
shady guys in the woods.
This has been episode 3 of the Pod Squad podcast. And this has been your cast signing out. Yo.
Bye.
Signing out.